cool. So this is actually round 2 of me talking about this because the last time I filmed it didn't come out at all. So here we go. It's now Monday the 1st of August. I'm just going to give you guys a quick catch up on what I've been doing in my other 2 papers. So I've got my studio paper, which is coffee, and then I'm going to do vlogs for my innovation and entrepreneurship paper and my activating creativity paper. So let's talk about activating creativity first because I had that today, so we'll go over that. So it's week 4 now. Yeah, it was lesson 4 today. So the first week we kind of just went over what creativity is to us, and we wrote down a definition, which I don't have handy, which I probably should, but I'll probably put that in the description of this, what my definition of creativity was back then. But it's kind of, the way I view it is, making things happen, coming up with an idea and then making it a reality. That's what makes you a creative person. Or like solving issues with new things is kind of what creative technologies is, like the whole paper that I'm doing. So it's probably more accurate that I'm defining creativity because I'm already doing a creative thing, so they kind of intermingle them that way. I'm actually really enjoying this paper. It's a really good discussion point, even though sometimes I feel like I'm the only one answering the lecturer. Yeah, I kind of get sick of hearing my own voice, and I'm trying not to answer everything, but I guess people don't like, I don't know, people don't like answering the teacher. Paul, his name is, when he asks questions. Like he tries to get a lot of response from people. Like today we were talking about jokes, puns in particular, and how there's a correlation between haha and aha. Like there's a correlation between a laugh and coming up with something. And, like he was saying that sometimes if someone doesn't quite get the joke at first, they have that aha moment when they laugh, and so that's a creative process. Is understanding something or coming up with something that makes people, either have an aha or a haha moment. So but yeah, so the first week we looked at like defining creativity, and we did a little 1-week project. We get these every week, and it was about curiosity. And so initially the first thing I came up with was curiosity killed the cat. It's, it's an old catchphrase. It's what I think of when I think about curiosity, I guess. It was the first thing that came to my head. And so I took a bunch of photos of my cat Bella, like looking at me through a door. And because, I like doing Photoshop stuff, I got like 10 or 12 images and kind of like reduced the opacity of them and stacked them on top of each other, made them black and white to give it some contrast. And yeah, that was my final picture. There'll be a link to that in the description. So that was really cool. I really liked it. I got a pretty positive response from it from the class, so that's always good. Wasn't an original idea, but I think I probably put more research into it than other people. I looked at the origins of the catchphrase. When it was originally care killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So I thought that was quite nice, and I used that to finalize my image when I felt that I was satisfied with the layering effect and the way that the whole image looked. That's when I was done with it, So that was cool. And then the week after that, which was last week, we had a marble challenge where we had to create a marble run where it would take the most amount of time to reach the bottom. We actually won that, so that was good. I was in a group with Iris and Augusto, but Augusto isn't doing this paper anymore, so just me and Iris in, so that was fun. I looked at some YouTube videos of marble runs, and I found that to get the most time using a roulette sort of spiral down a funnel effect gave you a lot more time, especially if it's a nice smooth run, keeps on going down the bottom. And so originally we had one of those leading into a bunch of pipes with tape on them, and the tape was going to slow the ball and the marble and just give it the most time. But it was a bit iffy. Like sometimes it would roll down it, sometimes it would go real slow, sometimes it would stop. And we tried like a bunch of different, like untacking it, like giving it speed, like slowing it, cleaning the ball. But overall it just wasn't. It didn't work as we planned. So we had one pipe with it right at the end, but it didn't work today because it was all dusty from the week since it was made. So yeah, so we had 4 little connected circle bits. It was extremely messy. Like it was a pretty hack job making it, but It was the longest time. It was 39 point something seconds. So happy with that. It was kind of neat. But yeah, so working in a group, being creative in a group was the challenge there. I think we did pretty well. Like we all had pretty good ideas, and we all tried to bring them together to create the best thing that we could. And I think we did. So that's good. And then for this week, I have to kind of do an interrogation of a stapler. I have one somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Oh shit. Hey, so I have to take a photo of this thing and then disassemble it and take more photos of it, and then I'm going to use Photoshop to manipulate it to look like to create a robot, a human-like robot, or a insect-like robot, or a animal-type robot. I'll probably do a humanoid one, and take a bunch of photos if there's different angles and try and make like a transformer-like image. That's my idea for it, so we'll see how that shows out. Yeah, so that's what's that paper called? Activating creativity. That's what I've done so far. That's what I'm doing for this week for it. So yeah, I'm probably going to stop it now and then do another fresh video for innovation and entrepreneurship, because I was doing it that way. Oh, is this working now? Hey, that's recording. Okay, so for entrepreneurship, or innovation and entrepreneurship, it's an interesting paper. It's okay so far. It's not my favorite, but it's good because I know what I want to do for it, and I think it's going to be really helpful for me in the future. So the idea for it is, we're going to come up with an idea and do a bunch of research on it, and see how plausible it is. And because myself, Drake, and Tim Mason, we all know what we're working on next year. We want to create a self-sufficient growing center. So the idea is that you plant a seed, you program the capsule to whatever environment is best for that seed, and you leave it and it grows, and then it's in its own little environment. So you could grow anything, anywhere, at any time. So it wouldn't have to be in season, like an Arctic, other planets. I don't know. It'll be interesting, but that's our idea for it. So I'm using that as my idea for this paper. So I'm going to do like the market research, write up proper briefs for it, proposals, like all that sort of stuff, and see how doable it is now. Because eventually, if we were going to take the idea further, we'll have to do this stuff. So I might as well get marks for it while researching it and stuff. So I'm really happy with that. I've got that paper tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to have a good discussion with the lecturer about what I want to do, and see how we can take it forward, and see what paths I should go down to see what's happening there. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I haven't done any research on it because I'm lazy, but it's coming slowly. Cool, that's all my thoughts for that right now. So I guess that's the first other paper log.